Ready to roll.
Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I am Tom. And when we were left off, we were part of the way from Verona to Kristiansand in Norway. Looks like we can get out here just fine. So, the plan. I can't even remember what I was talking about in the previous video, but the plan, okay? Yes, no, I do. Yeah, the whole reason. Well, not the whole reason, but the reason I'm recording, trying to get to Kristiansand, and then sort of take a break from recording is to work on upgrading the game, because we're still playing 1.4.4 while 1.4.5 is now out. There's no new DLC dropped for Euro Truck Simulator 2 just at the moment. I think the next one to come will be West Balkans, and we don't know when that's going to be. But the Montana DLC for American Truck Simulator is now out. We won't be playing with that in Wednesday's video, but I might, after Wednesday's video, try to get that installed. I've been observing while the mods that I use try to catch up and get to 1.4.5. So Pro Mods Canada is already there on 1.4.5. Reformer has just made it there to 1.4.5, so we could play with both my map mods. That's fantastic. And then Grimes' mods are not yet up to date. Well, there is one that is up to date, and it's New Summer. However, because autumn is just around the corner for us, I need to, I think, wait for autumn to be done before I can start the autumn season. One big mod that we may have to remove is the Real Gas Stations mod, which I think I've only used for... Actually, I don't think I've used it yet at all. I think it's only in Wednesday's episode that I used that. And in that video, I misidentify a gas station as Sundance and ask, is that a real brand? It's not. I did Google it. In fact, it's Sunoco. And yeah, upon closer inspection in the edit, I did notice it was a Sunoco branded gas station, which is a real brand. However, that mod may need to be removed because apparently in 1.4.5, a lot of the gas stations have had a bit of a rework. The models, so it's not just a matter of changing textures anymore. The textures now need to be reworked to fit the new models. So we may not be able to use that mod for the time being. But that doesn't add much. It doesn't change the gameplay. It just adds real brands to the gas stations, that's it. So I don't mind terribly if we have to do without that one. The big ones are the map mods, which are both there now. And then there's the season mod. Everything else I think will just work. We've got the lighting mod, we've got real sounds. I think those will just carry on working. Oh, a lot of the Jazzy Cat stuff needs updated too. The only one I think that's up to date so far is the AI traffic pack, which means we could play without motorcycles and classic cars and Mexican traffic. I think real traffic density will keep working. I need to check that one actually. But yeah, so on my next recording, which won't be Wednesday's video, it'll be Monday's, for American Truck Simulator, is going to be on 1.4.5, I think. And should also feature the Montana DLC, but we're nowhere near Montana, so we won't be visiting Montana just at this stage. I would like to switch lanes if I can. There we go. What are you hauling, mate? Big tractor. Big pair of tractors. I've also just finished editing, actually. I've finished recording and editing my first Portal Stories Mel video, which will have been up about half a month ago or so. And that's my first properly edited video. So that's interesting. That's been fun. It's been educational. I've enjoyed it. I like learning things, is the thing. So even if it's even if the cut is terrible, I have enjoyed the experience of learning. And we'll get better. That's the whole point, isn't it? The whole point is practice makes better. I never say practice makes perfect. People say practice makes perfect, but I think that's a dangerous expression, practice makes perfect, because then it encourages you to strive for perfection, which is just unattainable. You should strive for better and better quality always, of course, but perfection should always be out of your reach. You should always be able to improve. So practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes better. That edit is, oh, it's been such a chore, because I recorded about 2 hours of footage and I've, oh, we need repairs. Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad. Warning visit service, it says on my dash there. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, hopefully that doesn't happen too frequently. I recorded about 2 hours, just under 2 hours for Portal Stories Mel, and the final cut is just over an hour, which I think is too much. I think I didn't cut out enough. I haven't exported yet, so I can go back into the edit suite and change that, but I still don't really know what I'm doing. And the like, I know what I'm doing in the edit suite now well enough, but I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to recording, because that was genuinely a huge chore in the edit suite. I had 4 separate files. Which I started by assembling those 4 files into the timeline. And then going through looking at the audio waveform and being like, okay, here's where there's some game dialogue, here's where I'm talking. And then figuring out which parts there to cut around based on that to get a rough cut, because we want all of the game's story, preferably with as little repetition as possible. And then in terms of my dialogue, there are parts in that recording where I'm saying, okay, Tom, cut this part out. So that doesn't make the final cut, I don't think. I haven't reviewed it. I need to review it. I need to... That's the thing, though. It's such a long process, the whole... Because you think, okay, I've got... ...2 hours of footage. I don't actually need to watch all of that 2 hours of footage, because I can find the beginning and end of each... In Portal, I can find the beginning and end of each test chamber. And be like, okay, here's where I started it, and here's where I finally solved it. A lot of the stuff in the middle here is just going to be repeated attempts and confusion, so let's just look for where I'm talking and cut around those parts, because when I'm talking is when I'm solving. There's a lot of quiet in there where I'm just looking at the room and being like, I have no idea what's going on here. But when it comes to having a final cut of 1 hour, I think I do need to watch that. Oh no. Did you say, you said keep left, I know that. We stopped on the motorway. That's a problem. Okay, I know for a fact we have 48 hours left to deliver. Well, less than that now, but we have... we're going to make it there in 17. Which gives us, like, what, 30 hours? We squeeze in one more sleep, that's 10 hours gone. Even if we've got... Oh, we can only squeeze in one more sleep, I think, actually. No, what am I saying? No, we can squeeze 2 more sleeps in and we've still got 10 hours to spare. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we can find a place to... First, if we can find a place to stop and check our map, then from there we can figure out where we're going to find services to actually work on our vehicle. Because that's going to be a problem, and we need to address it now. I could just go by road signs and I could have taken the exit there, but even though it's pointing towards a city, we don't know how far away that city actually is. We could go a long way out of our way in the wrong direction. Preferably I want to find a place that's actually en route-ish. Why have you just switched into that lane? What have you done that for? Now I'm undertaking you. See, I think the Portal Stories Mel is probably a really boring video because I don't know what I'm doing in terms of recording or what I'm saying, and like it's just been a learning exercise. I think I need to find a way to note time codes during the during the recording process. So then I can have that to hand during the edit and then be like, okay, so this is, I know this is where something good happens, something interesting happens. Here's a point where I died, here's another point where I died. Actually, the points where I die are easy to spot in the edit anyway because it goes to a loading screen and then the game is making no audio, so there's no audio in the waveform preview. So I can work around that pretty easily. I think it's just daunting, like your first edit. My first proper edit anyway. I'm doing it and I don't know what I'm doing. But I think I've taken some lessons from the edit that I can take back into the recording session. I think, I'm not sure. I should be hyping it up. It's my content on my channel. I should be saying, hey, this Portal Stories Mel video I've just done, which is up on the channel already, by the way, is fantastic. You should go check it out. But no, I'm not going to do that. In some of my earlier Euro Truck Simulator 2 videos, I even say, look, I don't want anybody to be watching these. I don't want anybody watching my content. It's embarrassing. The whole Let's Play thing is an embarrassing hobby. We are coming up on services here, if I can get into the lane behind... behind you. Come on. Can I just squeeze in behind you? I can, can't I? Okay, so services, we may as well... Oh, we don't need petrol. We do potentially need sleep. We're very good for petrol. Here's truck parking, so that's okay. Just pull up here. Okay. Let's see on our world map here, where's our closest potential services. That's not going to help us because that is a... Oh no, that's a garage. So maybe here in Castle. That only takes us a little bit out of our way. We also have Hanover is an option. Hanover might be a bit too far, so let's go for Castle. Try and get here. Yeah, fantastic. How are we for sleep? Let's crack on because the The services point in Castle does have... It does have a rest point as well. Although perhaps we should have slept, I don't know. I'm a little worried now that it's going to be too far to Castle. What does the sign say? Nothing helpful. Oops. Okay, so what have you got here? Well, we've set the sat-nav now, so we don't need to care too much about the sign. Castle is this way. It is starting to sound like the engine is struggling here. We're really struggling on the uphill too. It wasn't that bad last episode, was it? Yeah, let's not worry too much. Castle can't be too far away. So Portal Stories, Mel, 2 hours of footage, and I feel like I'm only still on chapter 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. God, okay. There's nothing I could have done about that yet anyway, so let's not worry. We've set a GPS, we're going to Castle. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, is what I'm saying. Portal Stories, Mel. It's one weird episode so far. And episode 2 will be already out. It'll be the following Saturday. Oh, come on. I do need to be in that... No, don't. No, don't. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Repairs and sleep once we get to Castle. We can make it to Castle, I think. The aim is to finish Portal Stories, Mel. But oh my god, it's complicated. It's such a difficult game. Although I am beginning to get used to it, I think. I don't know, it could throw me a bunch more curveballs. It's really difficult, it is. I've tried in the edit to leave in a bit of my confusion. To say, okay, oh, well this is difficult. Leave in the confusion, leave in the odd failure, but you don't want to be repeatedly failing and the audience knows the solution. That's really frustrating, because I've watched videos like that myself. But also, you don't want to be dishonest and say, okay, here's me just being absolutely perfect at this game. Because that's not true. I have struggled. This looks like the turn off to Castle here. We're good. We're good. We're not far. I am getting tired as well. Yeah, that's just turned red. I am worried about what is happening ahead, though. This is a weird-looking series of roads here. Do I turn off and go underneath? It looks like, yeah, okay.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Okay, here's the one place we do not want an engine failure. I'm going to take it slower than I usually do, because if our engines do fail, and we need to be very careful.
Keep right, and then turn
Okay.
Turn right.
I am getting tired, yes. Hopefully I can make it to the mechanic before I start getting fined here. That's another case of the emergency AI not being perfect there. Because you just wouldn't see that, would you? You wouldn't see emergency sirens on, yet they're still waiting at the lights. I think that's a limitation of the game's own traffic AI. The mod, I think, is able to just add the flashing lights and siren sounds. I think they can't modify the AI too much, so they do still wait at red lights like all other traffic does.
Get ready. Turn right. Turn right.
Oh no, we're red, right? Are we? Show me? Oh no, you're yellow. It's bizarre, okay. Castle is this way. It feels like the on-ramp to another motorway though, so... Yep, this is farther away than I thought here. Tell you something about my Portal Stories Mel editing process. I realized at some point during the edit that when I'm doing cuts on the same piece of video footage, like I'm cutting out a segment, then the cut becomes really choppy during playback. And that's...
And then turn left.
Uh-oh. That's not ideal, because... Well, when you're playing it back, you want to have the best impression of what the
Turn left.
cut is actually going to look like once it's exported. And it's really choppy, so I discovered that there are a number of settings that you can adjust to make the edit a bit smoother. You can adjust settings for like proxy media and... Oh no, I'm going past it, aren't I? Oh no, how dare you all. It's because you can't set the sat-nav to the actual location itself. Yeah, I'm trying to do a... Oh, it's not going to happen. I'm going to have to find another way around. Or do an incredibly illegal maneuver here, which is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, we can do this. Treat this as though it were a roundabout. There's nobody coming, so... Come on. Come on, you've got this. Yeah, okay, brilliant. And then back down this road and into the left over here. One small fine. Not going to be too bad. I think we park over there as well. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get this serviced and repaired. That's the engine. 11%, 19% on the chassis. We need this just for the wheels. The wheels are... that'll just be wear and tear. They'll need maintenance. I did in a video that didn't quite make it, or a recording that didn't quite make the cut, I did adjust this. You know, we've been using ambient lights red, and I didn't know whether or not it was working. Well, if we change to purple, and it is nighttime right now, confirm order. I think you'll notice the difference immediately. There it is, there's the purple lighting. So we have had the red lighting working, I've just not been able to... I've just not noticed that that is... Look, I'm just going to block you in, mate, and go to sleep for 10 hours, if that's alright with you. You can get round me, it's fine. There we go. Now, of course, you can't tell that the purple light is there. Okay, we're fully repaired, we're slept up. We will check the old world map again before setting off here. And... how far have we come today? We've been from Verona, we've got a long way still to go. We're good for petrol. We'll just crack on for the time being. Actually, if there's a question mark in town here, then we may as well pick that up. There is, right there. If I turn... I'm gonna leave it. I don't terribly mind. At some point I'll give those things more consideration and...
Turn left.
Ooh, that's nice. Reminded me a bit of a little bit of the Newcastle waterfront here.
Get ready to turn right.
Just a little bit.
Turn right.
I love Newcastle. Newcastle's a beautiful city. Do with being able to see the light, please. So, yeah, the edit was really choppy, and that's frustrating. I found some settings that let you essentially let you... well, it's got a media cache, and you can turn on smart caching, which is the first thing I did, and it'll then cache, like, it'll cache clips of your edit so that you you get a slightly better experience. This wasn't doing it for me though. You can also reduce the quality of the playback. So I reduced it to half, and this was still looking pretty choppy to me. So it didn't seem to make any kind of difference for me. Then I discovered optimized media, and now optimized media. There is a fucking nightmare. So I selected the clips in my media pool. I right-clicked, I said, generate optimized media for me, please. This is supposed to make the edit run a bit more smoothly. The playback will be super smooth once I've got optimized media. Set it off, it said, okay, I'm going to take a couple of hours to generate optimized media for this. And I was like, oh, that's fine, you go ahead and take all the time you need. Once you're done, I'll have a smoother experience anyway. About, I think it was just under an hour later, it suddenly stopped generating optimized media, even though it's clearly not done. It was barely halfway. And so I'm like, what's happened here? What's going on? I went to the storage settings on my computer, and actually no, that's not what I did. I noticed a notification. I was like, maybe this notification has got something to do with it. And it said, smart storage turned on. I was like, why have you done that? And went to storage settings, and then we had my entire hard drive full. I had 180 gigabytes of available space. You're telling me that's full? So that's what optimized media does. It generates a lot of files, because computers are better at streaming lots of smaller files than they are
And then turn left.
single very large files.
Turn
But
left.
all these files were taking up, you know, are you just gonna... I don't know why they stop like that. He had right of way. It generated, you know, 180 gigabytes of video. And bear in mind that the actual videos themselves, the raw footage from which I'm
Keep right.
cutting together this edit, they total 20 gigabytes. I think about 24 gigabytes in total. So, did you say keep right? I think you said keep right. Yeah, it looks, yeah, we're good. So and that hadn't even done it for the entire lot of footage. It had done it for like one of the videos. Which means the total was going to be 10 times or more the actual raw files. And that is just obscene. That is bonkers. So I thought, okay, maybe I've got to live with this choppy edit. But I did a little bit more research, a little bit more digging, and I found that you can actually adjust the optimized media settings. By default, it's on this crazy huge codec at full quality. And it doesn't need to be, because I don't need that in playback. If I were doing color grading or anything like that, I would need, you know, high quality footage. But I'm not. I just need, in the edit suite, I just need like half or quarter quality, even less possibly. So I found these settings for the optimized media, and I set it to, you know, half quality and a much smaller size codec. Like, rather than it being really high quality HD, it's now going to be this low bandwidth media, and it's just, you can tell the difference on the playback. Like, it looks different. But since I only care about the smoothness of the playback in the edit suite, it doesn't matter. And upon generating with those settings, half quality on this low bandwidth codec, the total for the optimized media is about 10 gigabytes. So it's half the size of the raw footage. And that I can live with. I can live with that. Because once you come to exporting, it's going to use the raw footage anyway. So it doesn't affect the end quality of the actual, you know, product. It's only the quality of playback in your suite, where you don't care actually about having that high quality footage, so long as you can experience the cuts that you've made smoothly and the transitions. See how they look. So yeah, it's been a massive learning experience for me. I'm going to do a tutorial about using DaVinci Resolve at some point. I don't know quite when yet. But I've done a tutorial before. You can check out, I have an OBS Studio tutorial. I am loving this After Eights van. Are they a solely European brand or not? Because we get them in the UK, After Eights, and they're the sort of thing that you get as a kid. Well, your parents get them, and as a kid you think, oh, this is really fancy chocolate. This is special chocolate. This is chocolate you only get it at Christmas. I love an After Eight. You only get it at Christmas or on special occasions. You know, the secret is once you grow up, you realize it's available year-round. Your parents lied to you. They lied to you about Santa being real, and they lied to you about After Eights being available only at Christmas. Or only when you had guests visiting. Keep what? Sorry, left? I think you said left. Yeah, left. That's got to be a Jazzy Cat thing, the After Eight van, because there isn't really anything else. There's nothing. None of the other mods really change the traffic. Obviously, traffic density does, but none change the availability of various traffic. So I think that's got to be one of Jazzy Cat's truck packs. There's a few of them. There's AI truck traffic. There's obviously motorcycle traffic. There's painted trucks, and there's painted BDF trucks. I'm not sure what BDF is. I'm not even sure if I'm getting the initialism correct, but I think it means it's the kind of truck where the trailer is actually attached, so it's all one body. I think that's what that is. Having those on though, the painted trucks, the real world brands and stuff, that's a good choice. I like that. I know I'm saying it's my choice, and I'm saying that's a good choice. I like that. Well done, you, me. But no, it gives us something when we see an After Eight van like back there, or we've seen Walls trucks before. We see brands that I recognize, and you, the possible viewer, may recognize as well. And I can have a little bit of. There's a Walls. That's the logo for Walls, I believe. It didn't say Walls, did it? It said something else, but I recognize that as Walls. We can have a conversation, like, about fucking After Eights. I'm gonna stop here somewhere before long. I think next rest stop we find, we'll pull over and get some rest. Actually, we don't need rest. I'll pull over and we'll call it an episode there. Just because, well, I don't know how long I've been recording, but we want to break this up into at least another part. I want a video for Friday as well, Euro Truck Simulator 2, and that will be I haven't recorded anything for after that point. So there's an American Truck Simulator video on Wednesday, and then there's going to be another Euro Truck Simulator 2 video on Friday. As I mentioned in the last video, I might change up my schedule a bit. I haven't decided on that yet, but I might. But with once I've recorded Friday's video, which will be the video after this one in this series, I may make some changes. I will definitely get the mods and game version as up to date as possible. I'll try and get Montana installed as well over on American Truck Simulator, so that we have the widest possible availability of locations there. And potentially next week we switch to a 2 truck sim videos a week and have something else in the middle. I'd say in the, yeah, probably in the middle. I would probably do American Truck Simulator Mondays, Euro Truck Simulator Fridays, and something else on Wednesday. But I don't know what that would be yet. It wouldn't be an edited video like Portal Stories Mel. You know, we could start doing Pro Skater again, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Or it could be something else entirely, I'm not entirely sure. If we do that, I'll probably announce it in Monday's American Truck Simulator video. If I remember to. I will be presumably talking a lot about the changes I've made, and I've upgraded all the mods, and I've got the Montana DLC and blah de blah de blah, whatever. But yeah, I'll presumably announce whatever's coming on Wednesday in that video if I've made that change. As I say, I'm not 100% sure that we are even going to. There's so many games I want to start playing though, like City Skylines. That might be it. We are now entering Hamburg. Oh my goodness, Hamburg looks incredible. Hamburg looks enormous. Wow. Okay, sorry, hang on a second. Let's just get to an exterior view. Yeah, I'm keeping right. Oh my goodness. Well done, whoever modeled Hamburg. That is incredible. We need to go see more enormous cities in this game. Like, before we left the UK, we should have went to London. We should have been to Manchester? I don't know if we went to Manchester. If we went to Manchester, then it was nothing like real life. But we should go see London, we should go see Paris. We need to go see Paris because we've got Grimes's Paris rebuilding installed, so we should go see that at some point. I'm not sure if that mod's updated to 1.45 yet though. I think you said, yeah, keep left, of course. Where else should we add to our must-see list? We should have a list of must-see locations, shouldn't we? And then start trying to check those off. Obviously, we want to get into the other map mods as well. Like, we haven't even been to Africa or the Middle East yet. We've got both of those. Just a small region of Africa at the top there, the Maghreb region. You know, Rome would have been good to see while we were in Italy. We'll have to go back down to Rome, I think. Because surely they've got a rendition of the Colosseum. You know what I'm considering now is I'd love to make like an interactive map and put that on my website of places that we've been to in Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator as part of these series, so you can see a sort of checklist of locations that we've visited or still want to visit. You're stuck behind a caravan. Oh my goodness. These brands I'm not recognizing. The brand on that truck I don't recognize. The brand on that bus I don't recognize, but I assume it's real. Shook? Or shush? Shush? Or just shoe? My first instinct was to say that's just pronounced shoe with a silent CH at the end, but I don't know. Hopefully this sign indicates there are services. It does not. In the next video we'll have lots to do anyway, so if it's only a short journey to complete before Norway, then we do have extra stuff to do, like purchasing a garage, checking on our drivers and whatnot. We're still good for sleep. We don't want to squeeze in another sleep just yet. As we've discussed previously, regardless of when you sleep, it's always 10 hours. So you want to let the sleep icon fill up as much as possible. I'm trying to work out what those are on the horizon there. Do you see them? Oops. Oh, pylons. Okay. Yeah, they're just regular old pylons. The repairs were so essential. I feel like we would have struggled with this incline here over this bridge. I know I just want to be rushing towards a rest stop here, but I do feel compelled to get photo mode out here and see what we're looking at, because oh my goodness, I don't know, hang on. Oh, I can't get very far away from the truck is the issue. This is an enormous bridge, isn't it? I don't know if there's like a free cam that I can access at all. Because it'd be good to do that in some locations and take a good look around. The problem, again, with Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator is rarely do you ever have the opportunity for sightseeing. Because you're always trying to focus on what's in front of you. I feel like we've been playing a game with this same bus for a while, right? Didn't they overtook us initially, and now we're overtaking them again. I'm surprised actually that we haven't had I shouldn't say it. Any speeding tickets whilst we've been covering this leg of the journey, because we've been going for a fair bit here and I have not been monitoring my speed. Here we are, services up ahead. So we will pull in over here, start wrapping things up. American Truck Simulator will be Wednesday, and the next Euro Truck Simulator 2 will be Friday. And I'll try to discuss with you more what the plan is for next week in that episode. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I've been Tom, this has been Euro Truck Simulator 2, and ta-ra.